What up, Dokkaners? When it comes to predicting the Dokkan Festival schedule, it has been nothing but chaos on global. When I say chaos, not like everything is all over the place, but more like we just have no logical reasoning to go on when it comes to figuring out how things are going to play out. Ever since we got the announcement for the full synchro, at some point, we've really had just nothing else, right? We've had a joint celebration during the winter time slot, which has only confused people and basically delayed the inevitable. With 5 banners now on the table for global, how on earth is global going to catch up to JP for a potential full synchro, either maybe during 9-year anniversary or maybe during worldwide download or maybe beyond that? So today's video, this is going to be pure speculation and my prediction for the 2024 slate on the global side of the game. JP players, if you're watching, you guys don't have to worry about any of this because you guys are not going to have your schedules interrupted. It is entirely upon global to catch up. There is no way they are going to stagnate JP sales for the sake of having global catch up. So JP players, watch and enjoy, relax as global players toil over trying to figure out how this is going to play out. So what we're looking at here, this is the remaining 2023 slate. We've got one more celebration just around the corner. Could be dropping as early as today as far as the details. We'll have to wait and see. I am dropping this video on the 20th. So this is 7 days after the start of the winter celebration part 1, the Super Saiyan trio. So yeah, if we get something, I will let you guys know in a follow-up video. But for now, I'm just going to assume that this is going to be happening here. And I'm also assuming that full synchro is taking place worldwide 2024. That is the basis for this theory. If I'm wrong, great. Who's surprised by that? If I'm right, well, I told you. So let's take a look here. Everything in color code yellow is the 2024 slate. In yellow, this is the global stuff. The JP stuff is in small white letters. So what we're looking at here, since we now know New Year's is not going to be joint, global should be getting the 2 oldest celebrations that remain. Carnival Omega for part 2, Super Trunks for part 1. These are the 2 oldest ones that haven't dropped yet, so it makes sense. Had this celebration been joint with JP, where we had the Super Saiyan 3 Goku Hirudegarn like JP, then I was going to say that this could have been my original theory, which would have been a catch-up banner instead of a step-up banner. If we actually ended up having this as that would have been a great excuse to compress all of those snooze fest Dokkan festivals together. Not happening that way. So we're probably going to get another year of New Year's Dokkan Festival step up. We're going to get the Super Trunks Dokkan Festival and the Carnival Omega for part 2. Going into February, though, we will have the Android 1718 and the Ribrianne to Helm part 1, part 2. Basically a full Universe Revel Saga month for global, while JP goes into the 9-year anniversary. And keep in mind, leading up to this point, it's going to be the dual Dokkan Festival for the Goku and the Hirudegarn. Then it's going to be basically 9-year countdown week right here. And then we go into the 9-year anniversary. So for the month of February, all eyes will be on JP. At this point, I don't think global will be caught up. I know some people are clinging on to hope. So, you know, let's pray that it is joint. If it is, well, for those of you who have been struggling to keep up with all these summons and all that stuff, you guys are in for a world of trouble. But the good news is during anniversaries, you earn around 1,000 stones, if not more so. So even if you are free to play or on a budget, you will still get plenty of stones during the celebration itself to get some summons in. But assuming it doesn't happen, we will have the month of February dedicated to Tournament of Power. While JP has 9-year anniversary stuff, my guess is either Beast Gohan, Cell Max, or Dragon Ball Super Broly and Gogeta based on nothing at all. That's just me guessing. Actually, not really. It's based on the fact that they've got like movie stuff kind of remaining as far as their like easy areas. That's kind of why we're thinking that. Then we go into the pre-Saiyan Day Dokkan Festival. This is the final Dokkan Festival that Global has to put in here, which is the Gohan Piccolo. Meanwhile, JP will have then gone into their next Dokkan Festival past the 9-year anniversary. So by the time we enter Saiyan Day, which is joint, Global will have 1, 2, actually 3. I mean, it's a celebration. So 2 and 3. So Global will be 3 celebrations behind. That will consist of 1 Dokkan Festival, 2 Dokkan Festival banners, 4 Dokkan Festival banners. No, wait, 5. Because this is dual Dokkan Festival, this is dual Dokkan Festival, and this. So we will be 5 banners behind, plus the part 2 9-year anniversary. So, I mean, the 9-year anniversary stuff will be taken care of on its own. So we can eliminate that. But we will have 1 Dokkan Festival featuring 2 banners, and then another Dokkan Festival. It's technically 3 banners. So how do we bridge the gap, right? Because Global has to be the one to catch up. This is where my little theory comes into play. Hopefully you guys are able to follow along. During the following Dokkan Festival post Saiyan Day, the April time slot, While JP goes into their next April celebration, Global will get the Super Saiyan 3 Goku Hirudegarn Dual Dokkan Festival. This has happened in the past. If we go back to year 6, where we had the New Year's Goku and Kid Buu drop immediately following the Saiyan Day on Global. So this is something that we have done in the past. So that is nothing to worry about. Then for part 2, we will have a global legendary filler while JP gets a legendary summon themselves. So this is not something that we can do as far as getting something new, because at this point, Global will have caught up in terms of luxury banners. The only legendary summon besides the new one that would drop at the same time that we wouldn't have been able to get would be the 9-year anniversary stuff, which obviously we won't get until our 9-year anniversary. So Global will have our first filler right here. So then we go into Golden Week. Golden Week is the other joint celebration. This is the final joint celebration before Worldwide. So for the month of May, we will be completely occupied with this and also Goku Day. So we will be pretty busy. Then as we exit Golden Week, Global will then have their final Dokkan Festival Part 1, Part 2 before 9-year anniversary, while JP goes into their next Dokkan Festival. So here is where some time shenanigans will start to creep in. Global will get the JP pre-Saiyan Day Dokkan Festival, which is this one right here, whatever that ends up being. And we will also get the April JP Dokkan Festival together. So we will get this one too. So both of these Dokkan Festivals will act as a dual Dokkan Festival celebration right here. My reasoning for this is simple. The dual Dokkan Festival format is a tried and true method that they have used for eons now, and it is an easy way to make money and to also tempt people to summon on 2 separate banners. The goal is for them to make money. If they consolidate all Dokkan Festivals into one banner, they are sacrificing a lot of possible revenue for the sake of convenience. Since they're a business and a greedy business, their focus is making money more so than the consumer experience, right? So if I were a business, I would probably, instead of having one compressed banner with everything, have multiple semi-compressed banners to get people to summon on more frequent banners, if that makes sense. So because of that, we will have a dual Dokkan Festival for the pre-9-year Dokkan Festival. That will be these two. And then the part 2 will be the legendary summon that JP received back in April, which is again the one that we had a filler for. So that will also happen on the global side. So at this point, Global will be behind 9-year anniversary and 1 Dokkan Festival and 1 legendary summon. So we've bridged the gap a little bit. We gained some ground going into the 9-year anniversary. When we go into the 9-year anniversary though, JP gets Tanabata. So this is where things get messy, right? As we go into 9-year, JP will have been given a Tanabata Part 1 and a Part 2. So by the time we exit 9-year, JP will have a full Tanabata Part 1, Part 2 over us and a Dokkan Festival and Legendary Summon from the month of June. So how on earth does Global catch up before Worldwide Download? Well, the simple fact is we don't. Pre-Worldwide Download will be a joint celebration with JP. Whatever that is that they get, Global will get at the same time. And then, this is my theory, when we go into Worldwide Download 2024, we will have a full Synchro celebration. While JP gets the normal Worldwide Download stuff, Global will get a super bargain by not only having the Tanabata Dokkan Festival featured in here, but also the other Dokkan Festival that we missed earlier on right here. So this Dokkan Festival will be there. So the reason why I feel like this works is because in the dual banner format, whatever they end up doing, if it's Dokkan Festival Carnival Hybrid, or if it's dual Dokkan Festival Dual Carnival, either way, there will be 4 banners during that celebration. So there can be an even distribution of units. The Tanabata banner can show up on one of the 2 banners for the Dokkan Festival, while the other Dokkan Festival that we still have unaccounted for from the June time slot can be on the other banner. It won't be the most even, but Global has to catch up. And this feels like the most auspicious time for that to happen. So that's my theory, and I'm going to stick to it. It seems ridiculous to stack Tanabata, Worldwide Download, and another Dokkan Festival all together. But if I'm going to make this quota in the time that I've predicted, it's got to be. I mean, there's no other way. Or we take out the Dokkan Festival and the Tanabata, and we just have Worldwide together. And then maybe the Autumn Dokkan Festival, we will have the Tanabata, the new Dokkan Festival, and then whatever other Dokkan Festival remains, while JP just gets the cooldown banner. It could be that too. One of those 2 things I feel like is the most sensible for Global to catch up. And then after we exit the October month, we then smooth sail into the sunset together as global and JPF fully synchronized. That's my theory. I don't know if you guys were able to follow along. Since we don't know what the celebrations are per se, I can't really like give visual illustrations, so hopefully you guys were able to follow along there. This is not confirmed. This is not based on anything specific. This is just my theory, my hope that we can have a worldwide together, knowing full well that after we exit this, we will stay worldwide. So let me know what you guys think about that. I know there's a lot to take in there. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on my theory regarding the worldwide download 2024 full synchro. Does it make sense? Does it seem a little bit too conservative? Are we not compressing enough? Do we need to compress a little bit more to get the schedule on track? What do you think happens with Tanabata with my theory? Do we get Tanabata during worldwide on global, or do we get it separately? And do we maybe push the full synchro to later on in the year, closer to maybe like November, December, which is basically the end of 9 year, which I really don't want. I feel like worldwide is late enough, but let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.